Welcome to Anchors Away, the podcast that chronicles a landlocked future sailor's journey to finding freedom and adventure at sea. I'm your host, Todd Middlebrooks, and I welcome you along on my journey. In this second logbook episode, I plan to read from the journal of Day 2 of our BVI Sailing Trip in July of 2019. It was my intent to space these logbook episodes out a little more. However, this past week I finished editing the full-length movie of our trip last year, and it got me excited to share another small piece of that adventure on the podcast, sooner than later. So now let's go to today's sailing term. Today's sailing term is helm. The helm is where you actually steer the boat. Usually this is a big wheel, but on smaller boats it can be a tiller, which is basically a long wooden stick. Either of these can be used to control the boat's rudder. Now let's get into today's logbook episode. Like I said, this is the second logbook entry, or day 2 of our sailing. This was Wednesday, July 17th, 2019. We left out early from Cooper Island to try and beat the crowds to the baths. Brett got us there early, and we started through before most of the crowds showed up, though there were a couple of other tour groups in there with us. The baths were amazing. Some of the rocks have been there for over 35 billion years. After lunch at the top of the baths, we hiked back down to the boat and set sail for a few snorkeling spots on the way to Virgin Gorda. We snorkeled over the Kodiak Queen dive site while Brett, Aubrey, and Reagan dove. Then we all snorkeled at Mountain Point, which had cool reefs, and we saw a nurse shark. After leaving Mountain Point, we sailed towards Dog Islands and had a great wind and a good sail set that made us faster than most everyone sailing nearby. We rounded Dog Islands and cut through to Virgin Gorda, passing Mosquito Island, owned by Richard Branson, and Eustacia Island, which is owned by Larry Page of Google. And we could see Richard Branson's Necker Island as well. We docked for the night at a new marina on Virgin Gorda at Old Nut Bay that had just opened in May. It was an incredible spot with a nice restaurant and bar called Nova. We hung out, had drinks, played cornhole, got in the warm pool, and flew our drones. We ate spaghetti on board the boat and We ate spaghetti on board for dinner and played games and had a great ending to another fun-filled day. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Anchors Away. One more little tidbit. As of the recording of this episode, I am now an official... As of the recording of this episode today, I have registered as a member of the American Sailing Association, which is exciting and is kind of my first step towards pursuing ASA certification, so I'm excited about that. Please join us in future episodes as I continue my sailing education, plan to get certified. Stay tuned to future episodes where we continue my sailing education and begin the certification process. Thanks for tuning into the show. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the boat on future episodes, as they will automatically be docked into your favorite podcast player. Until then, Anchors Away.